And former NRL player Jarryd Hayne is facing up to 14 years in jail after being found guilty of 2 counts of sexual assault. After almost a week of deliberations, the jury in his third trial found he sexually assaulted a woman at her Newcastle home on the night of the 2018 grand final. The 35-year-old had pleaded not guilty, claiming the sex was consensual. Outside court, Hayne told reporters he's devastated by today's verdict.
I'm keep standing for the truth, and that's it. 100%. I never lied to police. I never deleted evidence. I never hid witnesses. You do the math.
10 News First reporter Alice Hogg joins us now. Alice, it's the third time this case has gone to trial. What's changed to reach this guilty verdict?
Yeah, well, as you've mentioned, it's not the first time we have had a conviction over this encounter that Jarryd Hayne had with this woman almost 5 years ago. The first trial ended in a hung jury. The second, there was a conviction which was quashed on appeal. And now we've had this third trial end in him being found guilty on these 2 counts. And that's after the jury has spent more than 20 hours deliberating. And it wasn't until this Monday that there was a note from them before another note this afternoon, which they asked the judge whether an ignorance of the law should be a sufficient defence, to which the judge ultimately went back to them saying that no, it's not. And it was within about an hour or so of that, Sarah, that we had this conviction come back as a unanimous verdict.
How did Jarryd Hayne react to the result?
He was standing as the verdicts were delivered, and we could see him shaking his head. Both his wife and mother were visibly upset by the verdicts. They had their heads in their hands and were crying. And then eventually this afternoon, he left court with his wife by his side, and he expressed his devastation at the verdicts. He still maintains that he is innocent even after being reconvicted of this crime.
Do we have any sense of what's next for him?
So tonight he is back home with his family, but I guess the question will be for how long. He, of course, will now be awaiting sentencing and staring at the real likelihood of jail time. We know, though, he will be back in court in just 2 days' time on Thursday, when the Crown will be making a detention application to have him taken into custody. So I guess he's a pretty strange feeling going home for him tonight, I'd say.
And Alice, is there a chance that Jarryd Hayne could appeal?
I mean, I guess anything is possible. He was asked a lot of questions by the large crowd of reporters outside court this afternoon. He did indicate that it's something he'll be looking at, and we know he appealed his prior conviction after the second trial, leading to this third trial and ultimately these convictions today.
OK, Alice Hogg, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you, Sarah.